got to check this out. We are on a race to beat the clock. Cooking instructor Gail Churnes has given herself the challenge of showing us how to make 3 chicken recipes in just 6 minutes. And they're not just easy, they're also healthy. Gail, up for the challenge?
6 minutes?
Yes, that's it.
So
Can it be done? And they're healthy and they're good?
I cheated a little
bit.
Cheated? Yeah, but that's okay.
We don't mind. Good morning. Good to see you as always. My pleasure. I have you all to myself this morning.
This is great.
Where do we start?
We can get all cozy.
We can. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're doing 3 healthy chicken recipes today, and most people love Italian food.
Yeah.
They love Chinese food.
Yes.
And they love Mexican food.
You've taken us over the globe.
Yes,
have you
we're
not?
going around the world today.
All right.
So I thought I would do 3 recipes for each one of those categories, and they're all under 200 calories a serving.
You gotta be kidding.
No, and they all take about 15 minutes each.
Now, if we're talking about under 200 calories, are we also talking about maybe not as much taste?
Oh, you'll be the judge of that.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
You're going to be able to handle 3 chicken recipes by yourself?
I am up for the task.
Okay,
no doubt about it. I'm up for it.
Well, once again, we're starting out with some fresh chicken.
Okay.
And when you work with chicken, you want to make sure you take all the yellow, all the fat off. Okay, so we're trying to cut down calories as much as possible.
That makes a lot of sense.
Also, when you buy chicken breast, you'll notice that this end is really thick and this end is really thin.
I see, right.
So what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's nice and perfectly flat and even, so it'll be faster cooking.
Okay.
And the way you do that is you pound it out. Now, I was going to give this task to Mary Beth, but since you're here, are you ready for it? Bring it on?
Bring it on.
All right, so you're going to take your meat mallet, and if you don't have a meat mallet, you can use a rolling pin, you know, the one that your mom used to run you around the house with.
Yes, and still does. And still does to this very day.
You can also use the bottom of the pan, which works great. So all you're going to do, Alex, is you're going to pound that baby so it's all nice and thin like that.
All right, pound it very hard.
And you know what this is fun for? Getting rid of those aggravations and those frustrations of the day.
Yes.
You come home from work and you're all wound up. Just take it out on a piece of chicken breast.
I like this a lot.
Isn't this fun?
All right.
Now, chicken breast, keep going. You want to make sure that side's as flat as that side. And it's okay if you make a little noise.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, we're getting into it today.
That frustration is leaving?
Don't you feel better already?
I think we got about 4 minutes left here.
I think you're good. All right. So you'll notice that this side of the chicken is nice and shiny. This is known as the presentation side of the chicken. Presentation. And this side is kind of yucky looking. So whenever you're cooking chicken, you always want to cook with presentation side down first.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well, there you go.
We learn something new every day here.
And the reason you do that is because you obviously flip the chicken over, and this way you're left with a really nice looking chicken breast. Of course, it doesn't look so nice now, but it's going to look great after we make it. So I've done 3 different methods today, and as I said, each one of these recipes takes less than 15 minutes.
All right.
The Mexican one I did is a grilled chicken breast.
Now, which one is this?
That's that pretty one over there.
Right here?
With the avocado.
Ooh, that is gorgeous, isn't it?
With the avocado salsa. Really healthy, really quick and easy. And all I did is I marinated that chicken breast with a little bit of fresh lime juice and salt and pepper and some cilantro. I'll let that sit for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I just grilled it off on my grill pan, presentation side first.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm
so
with you.
You get those grill marks going on over there. Now the salsa, I used about a half a can of black beans. I used a couple of fresh tomatoes. I used some avocado, cilantro, great flavors.
There is a lot of flavor.
Isn't there? It doesn't have to be flavorless to be healthy.
This is good.
This one is my Mexican chicken dish, and that one is a stir fry, and I used my wok for that. And I used a boneless chicken thighs and removed as much fat as possible.
Now, Gail, should we be intimidated by the wok?
No. If you don't have a wok, just use a big frying pan. It's the same thing. And you can just take 2 spoons so you feel like you're, you know, doing it. You're doing the Chinese tossing as you're going along. And so I've got some chicken breast, fresh ginger, fresh is best, fresh broccoli, fresh green green beans if you don't have broccoli, or you can use any type of greens, and some garlic and some other good flavors in there. Little soy sauce.
Oh, bring it on.
Yeah, and I topped it off with some crushed cashews, or you could top it off with some peanuts.
You really knew how to do this one right, don't you?
Well, I saved the best for last because, you know, I'm an Italian and we talk with our hands and we eat with our hands. This is a chicken piccata. Now, or I'm sorry, a scallopini. The difference between a scallopini and a piccata is topped off with flour and then sauteed with a little bit of butter and oil. Scallopini, what I did on this, I'm really trying to cut down on the fat. I used some freshly squeezed lemon juice to get that chicken nice and wet.
I see your lemons here.
And I encrusted it with pancas, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and some Italian breadcrumbs. And then I let it sit in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, because whenever you have a crusting, you want to let it sit in the refrigerator so that crust stays on to your chicken. Quick sauteed, little bit of pan spray, cutting calories. Then I deglazed with some white wine and some chicken stock.
You are really turning it up here, aren't you?
And added some capers to it, and then added just a little bit of butter, because butter is sweetness. And then I'm just going to top that off with a little bit of that sauce. This with a little bit of rice or some orzo pasta. I mean, you had a meal in itself.
Is that a serving for one person or two?
That's for, I don't know.
I'm hoping you're just going to say one person.
Typically when you think of serving sizes, you think of your hand. But seriously, who eats, you know, that is a serving size.
By the way, Gail's information is right there. We will also share these recipes on our website, WREG.com. Just look for the Live at 9 section. Gail, you've done it again.
Thank you. Always
my
a pleasure.
Facebook friend.
Thank you.
All right, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Happy New Year to you.
You too. Health and happiness.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back.